Hey guys, Cam McClellan.
Al Lewison.
And we've got with us today
Special guest
Michael Beresford.
Bozza. Want Michael to talk today about, I'm going to throw a couple of things at him. I want him to talk about, some people say, if you buy in an area, are you better off to buy an established property which is 5 years old because it's going to be cheaper than buying a new property? I don't agree with that to start with, but let's talk about a few things. How to buy in those areas and get the new property for the same price as established, how depreciation affects the decision in it, and how depreciation offsets rental holding costs, that sort of thing. So here's Michael.
One moment, Michael needs something.
He looks like an Elvis impersonator.
Watch it, that is a big collar.
Awesome. This is going on the CV. I've upgraded to WOD t-shirts. Awesome. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
There you go.
Awesome.
Alright, so recapping.
Rip into it.
Go for it.
Depreciation, guys. Depreciation is a key part, obviously, to making sure that you are maximising the amount of money that comes back to you through your tax benefits. Now, what I find from talking to people is they understand what depreciation is, but they don't necessarily understand the detail on how it works. So for those of you that haven't heard about it or what it is, it's basically depreciation is an asset losing value over time. So you hear about, don't buy a new car because it loses 5 grand's worth of value every time you drive it out of the showroom. That's depreciation. In terms of how depreciation works with property, there are 2 components to that. Let's make it really simple, guys. You've got a $200,000 house that you're building. About 90% of that value, or 180 grand's worth, is in the structure. So your roof, your frame, your slab, your walls, and so forth. You can depreciate this part at 2.5% every year for 40 years. So that gives you about 4.5 grand a year, every year for 40 years. So by the time we're all old and crusty, your house is still getting your tax benefits. The other 10% or 20 grand worth is in the fixtures and fittings, doors, ovens, rails, bath towels, all that kind of stuff.
Is that drawing?
That's a door.
Gotcha.
There you go. I'm here for my numbers, not for my pictures. 10% over 10 years on a sliding scale. That gives you about 4 grand extra in year 1. Now, without going into a full in-depth depreciation schedule for you guys, the easiest way to think about it is this. After 3 years, the fixtures and fittings have lost half their value. So yes, you can write it off over 10 years, but the first half happens between years 1, 2, and 3. The second half happens from years 4 to 10. So when you're looking at a property that might be 3 to 5 years old, you say, well, it's still pretty new. Yes, I've paid triple the stamp duty for it, but I'm still mitigating maintenance risk and I'm still getting a decent rent. What you're not getting is a really large chunk of your tax benefits because most of the depreciation on the fixtures and fittings has already been lost.
So in year 1, Boz, someone buys a property that's 3 years old for the same price as a new one. What's the difference in cost, do you think, year 1? Stamp duty is going to be an extra?
Stamp duty will be triple what you pay on the land, so it varies from state to state, but
10 grand?
12 probably.
12 grand first year. And your depreciation difference on a 3-year or brand new property would be 2 grand?
More than that, 5 grand.
5. So 3-year-old property, brand new property, year 1 to you, 17,000.
It's close.